In Conflict of Nations, there are three genres of units that actually win games: naval, air, and missiles. These three types of units, or consumables, are incredibly powerful and have the ability to win games through sheer power alone. With air units, you have quick response times and the ability to destroy anything that doesn't have proper air defense. With naval, you can ravage most countries by destroying their coastal cities and locking down water travel. Missiles can kill ground and naval stacks, destroy air bases and critical infrastructure, or simply act as a deterrent. Once you reach later stages of con games, a few units seem to be in the current meta: max level infantry, cruisers, air superiority fighters, and of course cruise missiles, the most powerful of these being missiles, as they can kill cruisers with proportionate cost, take out unprotected infantry and armor with ease, and destroy air bases and grounded aircraft. If you have the cash flow and industry to fund them, missiles can be very OP. Downsides, of course, being that most people will struggle to make the best use out of them, and a great percentage of the time, missiles lead to a deficit in other military areas, which can easily lead to defeat. With that in mind, there have been some first and second hand experiences where I've seen absolute devastation result from them. Cruisers especially suffer against cruise missiles. They are the strongest naval force in the high seas, but in-game their air defense is truly lacking, especially against missiles. We may have even seen an example of this recently in real life, with a cruiser allegedly being sunk by two land-based missiles. As we can see here, cruise missiles have an HP of 15 at the max level, and max level cruisers have a missile defense of 10. Cruisers scan for air targets every 10 in-game minutes. If a cruise missile is in that circle at the time of a scan, it will take 5 damage then, and then another 5 damage upon making contact with the ship. By default, nuclear-tipped missiles will do 33 damage, but if the AA is reloading or not able to scan in time, they will do 66 damage on the first hit. As the missiles make contact, the missile defense will get weaker, and the damage from the missiles greater. It takes 7 nuclear cruise missiles to take out a stack of max-level cruisers. While they both are expensive in their own way, overall, costs are comparable. What does this mean? This means that you are not safe on land or sea if your enemy has missiles, unless you sacrifice research time and resources to counter this. But what happens if you make frigates and aircraft carriers to counter missiles? Well, then you're going to have to worry about 5 stacks of cruisers. So what can you do? Well, if you can afford it, researching cruisers and missiles will make you king of the sea. Realistically, however, you would most likely go for cruisers and just hope no one nuke spams your ships. So I guess the real question is, are cruise missiles OP against ships? Oh yeah. Yep, they definitely are. But to be honest, it seems to be pretty realistic, and if anything, anti-ship missiles are even more powerful than the ones in-game. Luckily, most people don't really go for the missile strat, so I wouldn't be too worried unless you were doing an alliance or a custom game. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think missiles are in a pretty alright spot right now. They are OP in certain scenarios, like against naval targets, but it's a fairly rare sight and they are pretty expensive to make. Hopefully you learned something from this video, and I have a lot more coming soon, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.